We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Seth Curry, defended by Wall. Dwight Howard sends it away. That's his third block this evening.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Seconds. Lillard up against John Wall. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Wall sizing up the all-star Lillard. Nice pass to get things going.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Damian Lillard, not much more the defense could have done. Hits a contested three.
It just seems like everybody's getting more touches. I'm not saying who, but it seemed like the ball stopped in a certain player's hands, which forced the defense to become stagnant.
Wall matched up with Lillard. Nothing going here on that drive. Wall lets it fly from beyond the arc. It's good. That's the shot they wanted him to take.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Hood to Lillard. Nothing going here on that drive. Lillard on the drive, but he can't finish. Fires the three, and Damian Lillard, right in his wheelhouse, hits the catch-and-shoot three.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
From the painted area, won't go down. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
He was hacked. They let it go. Trailblazers take over. Seth Curry to Lillard. Won't go down. Wall into the front court. Leads 4. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Lillard. To Seth Curry. Lillard to Seth Curry. He's looking for that touch. Into the front court. It's Wall. Up by 6. Enes Kanter pins it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Lillard to Seth Curry. Cleans it up. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Beal picked up by Seth Curry. That ball's out of bounds off one of the Wizards. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Lillard defended by Wall. To Harkless. The drive right to the basket. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. Into the front court comes Wall. They lead it. 4-point game. Nothing going here on that drive. Wall. To Beal. From long range. And Bradley Beal knocks down a wide-open three.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Lillard defended by Trevor Ariza. And the nice finish at the rim.
The defense should have picked up on that action. That's going to cost them.
They'll work it down to Ariza and count the basket inside.
There's something to be said about a guy that can make the game easier for everybody else on the court. We call that dropping dimes, very similar to the way I'm dropping nuggets on this broadcast.
And counted at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
To Wall. Beyond the arc for three. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
That pass stolen by the Wizards.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Lillard to Harkless. Goes to the right side. Seth Curry to Lillard. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Wizards have it. Here comes the screen. Wall. Lets it fly from long range. Message received. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Now the Wizards going to take the timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter.
And this is where habits come into play. Players think they can turn that switch on and off at their beckoning call, but it doesn't work that way. That's why coaches talk about practicing good habits on a daily basis, because they show up in the fourth.
Beal defended by Seth Curry. Shot from in close, no good. Harkless to Lillard. To Harkless. Seth Curry. The Blazers with 4 in the shot clock. From the outside, no good. And a throwdown.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
And strokes it.
And a lot of folks last year, including myself, were surprised that Dame was named first-team All-NBA ahead of Russell Westbrook. Look, I love Dame's game, but come on, man. Russ averaged a triple-double for the second season in a row. Stop it.
Beal picked up by Seth Curry. Wall to Beal. Five to shoot for Washington. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot. It's Portland ball. probing the defense. Orland down to 4 to shoot. Lillard for 2. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended. Wall. Trevor Ariza, defended by Harkless. Couple of cracks at the line now.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
Bobby Portis at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 73%. Oops, he missed the first one. Off the mark, 0 for 2 at the line. McCollum. Whoa, what a finish.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Here comes the screen. Beal. Oh, had him going there for a second. Driving right to the basket. Full throttle right to the basket for the deuce.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To McCollum. Lillard to Harkless. To Lillard. Deep 2 there, won't go. To Beal. Here comes the screen. To Howard. Can't connect from inside. Lillard. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
And hits the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Now the Blazers will use a timeout. It's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one more chance to stop the clock before the buzzer sounds. Now a steal by Washington. And an intentional foul here in the closing moments. But it shouldn't make too much of a difference in what is now a 2-score game.
Ed, what's that old saying? Ruffled feathers do not flock together? Well, actually, I just made that up. But what it means is that play will cause a little havoc. As designed, the team that uses it to galvanize as a unit will have the advantage.
Desperation shot here from half court. It's good! It's good! At the buzzer from beyond half court. Incredible! The Wizards are the winners.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.